Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. Welcome back to another Sabaton reaction to the song The Lost Battalion, specifically the live version of this song. Now, I've been really enjoying most of what I've been hearing from Sabaton. I'm excited to do the review of the new album when it comes out, The War to End All Wars. And I'm really excited to see what this one's going to be about. It's another live performance, and Sabaton is really awesome live. With that being said, let's get right into the reaction. Let's see what we got. I try to be more analytical in my approach when I do these kinds of reactions of what I like, what I dislike, what I'm connecting with, what I'm not really connecting with, to make it more of a reaction with more substance. And that being said, let's get into the reaction. Let me know what you think, and I'll be waiting to hear your comments as well. Okay. Kind of sounds like Josh Brolin. So it's the Great War, I'm guessing, tour, which is their previous album, right? It was the first time they did an album about World War One, and now this one, the new one, the War to End All Wars, is going to be the continuation, as I understand. I love the fact that they have a tank where the drum is. You know what they're so good at, Sabaton, is they're so good at creating this very epic atmosphere, because when you watch a good war movie, you always get this feeling of just, it's more than life. It's this great event, right? The war to end, it's just the name, the Great War, the War to End All Wars, World War. It has this connotation to it, and they're able to capture it with their music. And I've mentioned it to Hannes, obviously, as well in the interview, saying that how good they were with their lyrics and portraying the war, not necessarily taking sides, but being more of a storytelling, almost like a Discovery Channel piece about certain parts of the battles of war.
Running low, the supplies never dropped off on the floor. 1918, the war still rages on. There were Italians been trapped in the underground. They chose not to surrender. They chose victory or defeat. Our blood was destined by their fate. As they made their stand, but disregarding demand. It's surrender or die, and the stakes are high. Live and die, there's no time for goodbye.
there's I'm trying to understand. There's a feeling to this. There's this song. I can't tell if it's Irish or Scottish. It just kind of has this kind of rhythm to the song, and it's very chorus heavy. It relies a lot on this chorus and getting really the crowd involved. And it's a slower song. It's not necessarily one of their fastest songs. I can't say this is one of my favorites that I've heard. It's a good song, but it's not particularly a song I'd be coming back to a lot. Like, for example, Night Witches, I just really liked, and Uprising was really, really epic. But for some reason, like, this is not a song I would come back to a lot. And I think we all have our songs in a set list we always want, and people either want the band to play, or sometimes they're omitted. And bands like, for example, like Sabaton or somebody like Megadeth, Metallica, Iron Maiden, when you have so many good albums, to pick and choose songs to play in a concert, it can be very difficult sometimes. I rarely came back from a concert to be like, they played every song that I wanted. There's usually something like, oh man, I wish they played this song. Oh, man, I wish they played that song. I think the only time it was the perfect set list is one of the times I went, it was Megadeth. They played the whole Rust in Peace beginning to the end, which to me is like the best thing that could have happened. That's my favorite album. And then they played the classics from the other albums. So I came away really happy. It was not a song that I thought they missed. And this happened, I think, one of the times with like Iced Earth and maybe one other band. But usually they always miss out songs that I want, or they play songs I'm not a big fan of, and you kind of have to almost like sit through it. And that's kind of have the feeling with this one, to be honest. Multitasking. Another thing I noticed, there's not a lot of keyboards in a lot of their songs, even though Joachim is a keyboardist. So I'm guessing they don't utilize it in every song, right? He just kind of became the vocalist first, and when need be, piano or keyboard, right? And it feels like almost like in their earlier stuff, there was a little bit more keyboards playing. I can't say I prefer old style of Sabaton more to the new style now that I've listened to more songs. I think there's good songs in both eras of this band. I prefer a certain style. I like their more energetic, fast songs when there's a lot happening rather than their slower songs. And I think it's just kind of a fault of my own. I don't like many slow songs when I listen to heavy metal. There's some that I like, they're very, very much. But for the most part, I just like the aggressiveness of metal, and I want the faster, energetic songs. And the slower songs I tend to listen to when I listen to the whole album, or I tend to actually skip past them. But Joachim is such a good frontman. He's such a good frontman. He's, I don't know, to me he's like almost like the soul of the band. Because I said this on this channel before. I saw them live for the first time and I didn't know who they were. And man, their energy was through the roof, and how he was jumping across the stage. And there was a moment, I think he even played a guitar. I think he played a guitar at some point. It was just infectious, absolutely infectious energy. And I appreciated this about this performance as well. The crowd was totally tuned in. But to me, it's not like I'm not on their level. Maybe if I become like a really diehard fan of Sabaton, maybe I'll feel that way. Because I think that's what happens, right? When you become just a super diehard fan, you kind of start loving other things that you perhaps didn't like before when you were just kind of getting into them. But I would like to hear from you guys kind of your opinion about this song. It was recommended to me, so obviously there's a lot of people who really enjoy this song. So I would love to know like kind of your point of view, why you like the song, what really attracts you to this song. And make sure to subscribe down below for more. I do a lot of Sabaton reactions. I did an interview with Hannes, their drummer. and I do interviews, reviews, all that kind of sort. You guys can check out all the breadth of content on the channel. And I do take your requests quite seriously, so place them down below as well. Make sure to take care of the rest of your week, guys. Stay safe and keep it metal.